So Newcastle United back at the training ground ahead of that game against AFC Bournemouth. Back from Dortmund, looking to bounce back from that game, and we're going to go in now to speak to Eddie Howe about the injury situation, see if anyone's back, see what type of squad Newcastle are taking down there, where Newcastle look to sign off ahead of the international break with a positive result. So we're back from Eddie Howe's press conference this morning ahead of that long trip to AFC Bournemouth tomorrow. On the south coast, Newcastle hoping to sign off with a win before the international break, but not many questions about Bournemouth in his press conference this morning, has to be said. There's a lot of focus on the forthcoming Premier League meeting, I think takes place on November the 21st, where Premier League rival clubs will reportedly vote against rule changes in terms of loaning players from affiliated clubs, which would obviously have an impact on Newcastle, who were hoping to use their affiliate clubs to bring some former Premier League stars back to Newcastle for this next transfer window. Eddie Howe admitting that he does like the look of Reuben Neves, but realistically, he said he's not going to waste too much energy worrying about it. He says he wants to sign good players from any clubs, really. So a lot of questions about that. That went back and forwards for a good few minutes. But Eddie as well talking about how he doesn't really have a January transfer list finalised just yet. And he's focusing on, getting players back and getting players fit again. One big talking point was HARVEY BARNES, which obviously we did a little piece on yesterday, and Eddie Howe saying good progress from Harvey, and after the international break, could be a little bit closer to an earlier than expected return. So we'll have to wait and see on that one. Certainly Newcastle rightly not putting any pressure on him with a comeback date, but that one looks to be moving in the right direction. So good news on that score. Callum Wilson late fitness test ahead of Bournemouth. Obviously called up by England yesterday, and one that might concern Newcastle fans. A player who's carrying injuries, playing for England. But Eddie saying today that they'll be in constant touch with England throughout the fortnight. Those last two qualifiers ahead of the Euros. So a lot to cover in a short space of time at today's press conference. But Eddie Howe in good upbeat mood despite the defeat in Dortmund. Feels his team were unlucky given all the injuries and things like that. So a lot to look forward to still. I think that's the way Newcastle fans have to look forward to this one. And really Eddie Howe believing that once those injuries are shaken off, then Newcastle can hit top gear again. But they haven't done badly in the Premier League, unbeaten in 7, and hoping to sign off before the international break with a win on the south coast.